Okay, hi, my name is Benny, and I'm a developer at a company called Colibri, which some of you may have heard about. There I do basically awesome things with awesome clients. Sorry, David. I came here today to talk about something I think matters to a lot of people, not just those looking for a job. It's basically relevant for most of us. And this will be highly opinionated, but it's based on my own experience as well as the experience of those around me. So most of it won't be news to you. Some of it is even just good old common sense, but I hope I can summarize it, put it in a new light, or just nudge you guys to consider the different aspects of it all. There is a question that I've heard asked so many times in very different ways, but essentially the essence is the same. How do I get a job as a developer? Many use this classic experience paradox as an example for a problem. You know, if a job requires experience and experience requires a job, we're stuck in this endless loop. But somehow people get jobs, and somehow this all works. So I think the thing is that it's not really this simple. What many don't realize is that we're essentially creatives. People often consider creatives to be designers and artists, but being a good developer requires a lot of creativity. Most of us do this stuff because we love it. We love creating new things, we love solving problems, we love the annoyance and persistence we struggle with when nothing works like we intended. We love the satisfaction and the ego boost when everything works as intended. We love making things that are truly amazing, because that's what passion is all about. And passion is contagious. So I think you have to find your passion, live it, share it, and exude it, because that's what people notice. You know, use it to fuel your own success. This is the kind of thing that can't be faked, you know. So don't be shy about it. Just embrace it. And in this context, just make sure it rubs off in the interview. Learning is a critical part of working in an industry that evolves faster than you can change underwear, really. You know, I'm not just talking about getting a bachelor's degree. I mean the continuous, never-ending kind of learning. The kind where when you think you're done, you're probably just getting started. This highly scientific poll on Twitter earlier this week is a classic example. But I mean, self-taught, what does that even mean? Should I be reading books and quizzing myself? Sure, if that's what floats your boat. There are several ways to learn, but in my opinion, the best by far is by doing. So get your hands dirty, you know, because when you're doing, you're gaining experience. Start experimenting. Try creating a command line tool, writing an endpoint. Try writing an EO generator. Try publishing your very own NPM package. Try recreating simple concepts like game of life. Try writing tests for all those things. These are all essential things that you will use in practice. You know, try forking projects you find interesting and just play around with them. You don't have to master everything. Just find out what you like so you can focus on it later. Contribute to open source. There are so many projects out there that need some love. And the easiest way to do something is to contribute. Find an unsolved issue and resolve it. For example, you can go to the APIs project, create a new endpoint, or just look at some of the unresolved issues. Where did this go? Sorry. I somehow closed this. There it is. Yeah, so for example, go to the APIs project, create a new endpoint, or just look at some of the unresolved issues to see if you can help. Contribute to NPM. We'll even send you free limited edition socks for the effort. Like seriously, they do. Just start making pull requests. These things are way simpler than you think. Make your own. Create your own open source project. It can be a tiny NPM package like the infamous LeftPad, or something bigger like Christian's API project. Work with people. It doesn't have to be someone you know. might just be collaborators on other open source projects. Join competitions, hackathons, like the one Arion is advertising now. They're usually set up with teams like this one, so you'll either get to do something fun with friends or get to know new people. Try to hang around people that know more than you. Seriously, because a huge part of what I've accumulated in my experience, the knowledge bank, are things I learned from working with people with more experience and know-how than myself. A big part of getting your foot in the door, especially in Iceland, is knowing the right people. A familiar face is always more likely to get an interview. So show up at meetups like this one. So you got something right at least. Mingle with people, talk to people. Introvert, welcome to the club. Most of us are, myself included. I know it's hard, believe me, but just try to find your strengths and use them. That's what I did, and I'm standing here talking right now. Check out Node School. It's not just for beginners. You can just come and work on whatever project you want and get assistance from volunteering mentors. Or you can just go all in and become a mentor. You learn a lot like that. It's a good way to force yourself out of the shell. The next one will be on May 21st at Háskóli Reykjavík. It's actually the International Node School Day, so there will probably be something exciting going on. Also, free pizza. Who can argue with that? Finally, just do a talk. It doesn't have to be long. It can be short like this one. You can do a talk about something new you learned that you find fascinating. It doesn't have to be anything huge or complicated. If it spiked your interest, it's worth diving deeper. Do a talk about a pet project. You can do different angles, like why did you create it? Or what problems does it solve? What did you use to create it? What did you learn by creating it? Well, I guess that's most of what I want to come across. Ultimately, it comes down to doing what you love and showing what makes you tick. I can't speak for all companies, obviously, but for example, when a company like Colibri invites an applicant to an interview, we already know you have little experience. You got your foot in the door because you seem like the type of person that is eager to learn, that is passionate about what they want to do. How we know that might be due to your GitHub profile being impressive, or it might be because we've seen you around or heard of you from others. Just make your mark on the world. You will be noticed. I'll probably be posting this talk in the form of an article or something similar with links to all kinds of stuff like open source projects you can check out or whatever. So yeah, I'll just share that on the event page. And if you have any questions, just feel free to contact me via whatever. It's the same thing everywhere. So yeah, thank you.